Guys, how are you going today? We are back here with Jacob, of course, co-owner of heavilyarmored.com. Today we're doing a pretty awesome shoulder mixed with a tricep and chest workout. It's going to be really informative, guys. Please do watch. You will learn a few things and something that you can do in your own gym and get big as well, guys. So thanks so much, guys. We'll see you in a sec. Alright, guys, so now we're going to weigh ourselves. We've got the fat fuck. Get on the scales, man. Let's see what you're at.
Right, no worries.
So just under 95 kilograms. Now we are using our shoes.
For the American viewers. There you go.
208, 209 pounds. Now, we do this with our shoes on. Like, this is not our general weigh-in. Our general weigh-in will be right in the morning after we wake up. So these scales are showing I'm at 77.8.
Including the camera.
And I'll change it to pounds as well, including the camera, including my insulin pump, etc. So I'm 171 pounds, which is good because I am on a cut. And so I weighed myself this morning. I was 75.7. So I'm pretty happy with that. And that kind of goes to show, considering I'm fully clothed and whatever. So yeah, guys, best results for weighing yourself. If you do want to do it at a particular time every single day, or at least the same time on different days, but you do want to weigh yourself at least once a week. That's kind of the goal. So, like for instance, I wake up and I do it immediately after I wake up and after I've gone to the bathroom as well and emptied out all orifices except for my mouth.
Jesus.
G'day! That would have been
crap.
fucking loud. As you can see, we're starting off with some, what do you call this one?
This is shoulder dislocations, and basically the trick to this is keeping your arm as straight as you can. You should feel a stretch in the deltoid if you haven't done this in a while or if you're a bit stiff. Moving on to the first set of warm-ups, just take it easy, guys. You know, don't go straight into the heavy weights.
And I think this is true with any compound movement. So whether it's deadlifts, bench press, squatting, or military press, which I reckon would be the main kind of compound movements, you really do want to make sure that you are you're warming up beforehand. And if you guys checked out that clip really quickly, you could see that my form wasn't actually great, and this is something that Jacob corrected me on.
Yeah, in between sets.
Yeah.
So basically, another reason you start light is because you can make corrections to your form. Like if you're training with a partner, which I recommend, they can always critique you because they have a different angle to watch. Like if you're just looking at yourself in the mirror, or in this case, we don't even have a mirror, they're going to be able to see much better if you're doing the exercise correctly. As you can see here, we didn't have the correct weights. You got to make sure you have the same amount of weight on each side of the barbell, obviously, or you're going to get a really huge left shoulder and a and a small right shoulder.
But also, it fucks you up. Like with this one here, when I'm trying to press it, I really struggled because when I picked it up initially, I picked it up with so much compensation for the left hand shoulder because I was just in my brain kind of used to that. Even after the one set, it really does mess you up. So it's very important, guys, and it's so simple, but that you load up your weights properly. Is this a working set now?
Yeah, that was 70 kilos for me, which is probably like 85% of 1 rep max, maybe. I'm not sure.
I'm a lot weaker. In general, so my strength here, this is what, 50 kilograms or 55? No, this is 50,
it's 50. Yeah,
50 kilograms, and that for me is heavyweight. Like that's really heavy for me.
So this is 80.
And here you go, fucking outshining me again, you piece of shit. And
it's like repeat of last video, right?
Yeah, it's fucking repeat of last video. Good. And you can just see he's repping it out pretty easily. I mean, guys, 80 kilograms above the head is a feat. It's really hard. I certainly couldn't move it, and I would consider myself relatively strong. The reason that I think I'm kind of weak at the moment is because I was on a diet and I went down from 92 kilograms to 76, while Jacob is a bit of a fat fuck at 90.
I'm 93 and a half at the moment.
93 and a half. So I mean,
approximately like 24-25% body fat.
It's to be expected, but he's really strong. And you could see here that I was struggling to push up 55 kilograms, and I tried to use my legs as well as a leg drive. Now that's kind of a cheat. It's not something I would recommend. And here we have Jacob here with 100 kilograms.
So this was just kind of like experiment. I have push pressed. Basically using leg drive is a push press. I have push pressed 90 kilos before. I thought I'd give 100 kilos a try, but obviously I didn't get enough leg drive there, so I gave up and decided to move on to something else, like incline press.
So yeah, this time we decided to do an incline chest press. Even though it was a shoulder day, like this does work your front delts as well, which is the front of your shoulders. So we did try and kind of do a more bodybuilding style lift here, which is supersetting. Now what supersetting is when you combine two exercises. So you do one exercise at the beginning and then you superset that with another exercise.
Yeah, so basically it maximizes the efficiency of your workout. So you have pretty much no you have pretty much no rest between exercises. So going straight from an incline press, which obviously uses triceps at the lockout, to a tricep overhead extension is gonna overload the triceps, make them really fatigued, which will make, again, my next set of chest press even harder. So that's what we're about, like just making each set harder. When you're a bodybuilder, you don't care about how much weight you lift, you just want each set to be as hard as possible.
And you can see here we're pretty much just going to failure. Everything we do in this exercise or this day is pretty much to failure. Now I've started a plan and so has Jacob, where like this is recommended, especially if you're a beginner, following a plan and recording how much you're doing unless you remember, so that way next week you can do more. And this is called progressive overload. And it's the same with whether you're powerlifting, bodybuilding, Olympic pressing, whatever. You need progressive overload in order to grow. Yeah. So that is heavier weights or more reps or a combination of the two.
Yeah, so obviously there's multiple ways to do this. Like the most common would be linear. You literally just try and increase your weight, every week. And then you have maybe a rest week. You go again from a slightly heavier weight. And this is a good way to make steady strength gains. But you may lose some of the ability to do a lot of work in the same session. Like for example, I used to do the 5-3-1 program, which would start with 5 reps in the first week, then 3 reps in the second week, and then all the way down to 1 rep max in the third week. And I'd find by the third week, I would barely be able to do any assistance work because just doing the main exercises would absolutely tire me. So it's good to switch it up here and there. It's good to have some intensity days, some volume days, some max effort days, just to mix it up. Like mixing stuff up is the best thing you can do for the body in terms of just breaking through plateaus.
And I reckon as well, not even reckon, if you guys want to learn more about this stuff, we do write regular articles for fitness kind of things. At the moment, it's Jacob pretty much writing everything. In fact, you have written everything. So if you guys want to learn more about something like the 5-3-1 program, which is a really great way.
I've actually done a review on that.
Exactly.
Because I ran that for a few months and, it worked really well. Honestly, I found it a bit boring because, I don't know, I just wanted to do stuff that I felt like doing in a session at 5-3-1. The only real areas you can change are the assistance exercises, but I just found like I wanted to be doing my rep ranges that I felt like, and so I've moved on to another program now, which will be revealed later. It's pretty intense.
It's pretty crazy what he's doing right now, and I've started something different as well. So I've changed up my whole lifting routine. But you can see, just getting back to this video now, we're pretty much doing 3 sets, which is 3 different, attempts at the exercise. I don't really know how else to put it, but we do it 3 times. We basically repeat it 3 times, and each time we're going heavier weight or more reps. So with Jacob, he's going up more weight each time.
I think on that last set of incline press, I was doing either 30s or 32 kilo dumbbells. I don't remember correctly. For the tricep overhead, I was having. You probably saw earlier in the video, Matthew here was zooming in on my elbow. There's a reason for that. My elbow was doing a bit of a clickety-click. It was very cringy.
It makes you want to off yourself. It's the most disgusting noise ever.
So I stuck with the same weight for the tricep overhead extensions, just because of that fact. So yeah, guys, when you're in the gym, you don't have to follow everything by the textbook. Go by feel, go by what your body tells you. This will come with time, you get used to working out, so you get used to these signals that your body gives you that you're training too hard or you're not training hard enough. So,
and another important point as well is brush up on your stretching skills. Now, I reckon we'll make a video about this, but
so important.
Especially like Jacob has really introduced me to this whole kind of world of stretching. I didn't even fucking notice this, dickhead.
It's a bit sensual.
A bit sensual. It's really poking out. Anyway, Jacob has really introduced this kind of new level of stretching, which I've never experienced before, and it's intense, and it probably takes a good 15 minutes before a workout, and probably a good 15 minutes after a workout. But guys, if you are new, this is something you don't know until it happens to you. If you get injured,
there's nothing that kills gains like an injury.
It takes months to heal as well.
Taking that 30 minutes, like 15 minutes before and after a workout, will save you time in the end. Because if you spend weeks recovering from an injury, trying to work around a tricep fucking tear or something, or like, you tear your hamstring or something, it's just nothing worse than that. So take the time. We're going to try and make some mobility articles. I got a full drill that I run through before squatting, deadlifting, all that. Make sure you guys are preparing your bodies. Prepare your bodies, all right? Before you go
lube
lift
it up.
weight.
No, don't lube it up because you'll drop the weights on yourself.
Chalk it up.
The reason I'm talking into the camera here, and it's hard to hear because I've turned the sound down, and something we'll get better at later on, is there's this guy literally yelling. Like, okay, sometimes it's okay to be like, okay, push yourself, you're talking to yourself. But this guy was literally like, it was like he had fucking someone pointing a gun at him and was gonna kill him.
It was a bit weird, I'm not gonna lie. He was doing this throughout the whole session.
And that was quite frustrating.
Driving in traffic and
so,
you get people like that. Turn the car wheel. It's all part of the game. So what I just said was, this is a good exercise if you're struggling to turn the wheel while driving.
So we tried to meme. You know what? It works a lot better when you can hear it. I just noticed. This is something we've really got to improve on. You know what? I reckon I'll try and work it out. Post-editing, I'll try and work this out. But yeah, so this exercise is, as you can see, a pretty tough one, and I'm pretty sure you stumbled across it.
That's a genuinely.
I guess accidentally. Did you?
Well, I was just experimenting. I picked up a plate, held it in front of me. It's very difficult, guys, because if you hold a weight, doesn't matter how heavy it is. This was only 15 kilos. If you hold it far away from the center of mass,
exercise to keep your arms dead straight.
I guess with like
So
fully
you're
outstretched
isolating
arms,
the front delts.
it's very difficult to hold that weight in place. And
You'll
so
find
adding the
after a few
twisting
seconds-
wheel motion as Matthew sniffs his fingers,
You'll be pretty winded.
adding that motion just makes it even harder.
All right, so here we are moving on to a probably my favorite ever shoulder exercise, probably because it's also, in my opinion, the easiest, and that is lightweight, lateral cable raises.
Yeah.
So what this works is it works pretty much your entire delt, but mainly the side delt. So your delts or your shoulders.
It wouldn't really work the front. It's mainly the side and rear, depending on how you do it. And for this, it's purely a bodybuilding exercise. You're not going to get stronger doing this. It's purely about time under tension. This will make your shoulders wider if you want to look intimidating as fuck.
Better in clothes as well.
Yeah, like
recommend.
this is a really good exercise for aesthetics, if that's what you're after. We're going to try and cater to all your guys' needs. Like if you guys want to look good, if you guys want to perform better in the bedroom, we're going to provide you guys
We will provide you
with educational material.
Just go to the fucking gym and
Just
get
go to the
so
gym.
tired that you just don't perform.
Pretty much.
You know all about that, wouldn't you? You fucking cuck. But guys, in this weight, like, it looks like it's pretty hard, and it was pretty hard. This was only like 4.8 kilograms.
I'm pretty sure it was only on the second lowest.
So this is like, what, 8 pounds or something? Or 10 pounds
10
max?
pounds, yeah.
And you can see we're also leaning. And what it does by leaning is because our body is to the side a bit more, not only does it isolate it better, it actually makes it a longer range or a bigger range of motion. So because to get it to parallel, we have to travel more than 90 degrees, which is if you were just standing up straight. So that's really good as well if you want to really get some soreness in your muscles. But there's a lot of different types of lifting, and a lot of people like different things. Like when Jacob and I both started out, it was to get as big as possible, and to an extent we both achieved it. But in probably in the last year, starting in 2017, that's when we really branched off, and Jacob went off into some really heavy kind of powerlifting movements, whereas I went off into complete kind of bodybuilding, isolated, also heavily nutrition based kind of training. Because, I mean, like before this year especially, I was eating whatever I wanted to, which is great, but, you know, that means I would eat probably about, you know, upwards of 5,000 calories a day.
Honestly, guys, if you guys don't track your macros and your calories, it's very hard to tell how much you actually consume in a day. You know, you guys could be thinking you're eating around 2,000, 3,000 calories, but if you add it all up, it's probably closer to 4,000 or 5,000.
Yeah,
if you're like
crazy.
me.
Yeah.
And at my current weight, my basal metabolic rate is like 2,050 calories.
And just for those who don't know, the basal metabolic rate is how much you burn doing nothing.
Yeah.
How much calories you burn if you were just lying in bed all day. Imagine that.
Yeah. Whereas for Matt, it's what, 1,600?
Yeah, it's
probably
really low, 1,700, 1,800.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm taller than Jacob, but I weigh like significantly less now. So, yeah. And just back onto the video, guys. Here we're doing dips, and dips is actually a compound movement, even though you're not using a barbell, which you would expect. You are working your shoulders, you are working your triceps, and you are working your chest.
Yeah.
And here you can see we're adding weight. We don't know how much this fucking weighs. It just looks cool, to be honest. But
Yeah.
adding weight is very important if you are already getting a lot of repetitions out using just body weight.
Yeah,
So-
and also, guys, I would recommend if you are strong in dips, definitely buy a belt that you can put plates on. So you guys, it's so easy to get strong at dips if you get strong at bench press. It's one of the best compound movements to assist with that. So chuck on like a 20 kilo plate onto a dipping belt.
Okay.
And just
be realistic. If you're new, start off with 5
body
kilos
weight.
or 10 kilos
Or
of body weight.
even if you can't even do your body weight, I'm sure your gym will have a machine.
Oh, fuck, the video ended. That's all right. We're gonna keep talking.
All right. So I'm sure your gym will have a machine. So, or even most gyms have an assisted platform that you can stand on that takes some of your body weight off.
Yeah, which is perfect. In fact, that's what most people are going to start off at. So if you are new to the gym and you're trying to do dips or things like pull-ups or body weight kind of movements,
Definitely assist yourself.
you are going to need assistance weight. If you're brand new, you're going to need it, unless you're some sort of fit athlete. But I've never come across a person who hasn't started in the gym, and I'm saying like day one, without assistance, with that kind of thing.
You got to realize, like, I think 90% of people can't do a single pull-up. So when you take the general public, if you took someone out of the general public and told them to do a single pull-up, most of the time they wouldn't be able to do one with just their body weight. So it's good that these gyms have the resources available to help you. If you don't have that machine, you can literally just put a band over the bar, stand inside the band, both feet in it, and use that to assist you.
Yeah, but most people, okay, realistically, again, most people aren't going to have bands. So, but if you can get a band,
Buy bands.
then fucking
Guys,
do it.
buy bands.
And we have an article on that in Heavily Armored. And with that, guys, thank you so very much for watching. We're going to keep it a bit short today. If you did like this video or this kind of video, do let us know. We do post regular articles on fitness and, of course, gaming, well, the tanks mainly, on heavilyarmored.com. So do check that out.
Thanks so much, guys.
And leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and we'll catch you next time.